This is Sincere Milk, Lion's Den. My name is Yahweh. What's up? It's a Paleo-Hebrew, Slovakia. That means Joseph, okay? Planter. I camp out with Lion's Den, Yashuada, and Jacksonville. And before I give the edification lesson tonight, I want to say a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the apostles, and to the women and children. Kal, Halayam, Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Ha, Rodash Kodash, Mark. All praise to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit, in holy, and in truth. Double honors to the elders of GMS, to my elder, Hawam, Slovakia. Salutations to the apostles who are on the highways and byways in sincerity and truth, and to the women and children, Shalom. Things are getting real serious out there, and being that I have two daughters, we don't get to talk too much. We don't live together, but I try to do my best to say hello to them. And the Spirit came to me to do a lesson, and it's called Marriageable Age Plandemic. That's right. You Jake women, right, as well as you Jake guys, men, have a very big misunderstanding of what marriage is. Okay, I'm a man of age, so I'm talking from experience and also the authority of Scripture, right? You think that when you go to the state and get married, that's marriage. No. Listen, I was a simp at one time too, okay? No, marriage is when you have sex. Okay, but we're going to get to that. I want to get to first at the age. Numbers chapter 1 verse 3 says this: from 20 years old and above, all who are able to go to war in Israel. So now we know that for men and women, especially women, right, age 20, right? In the past, used to be younger, but women were being, taught the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You so-called, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds. Okay? We're going to move into Hebrew 13, verse 4, chapter 13. I did this here. Verse 4, marriage is honorable among all, and the bed undefiled. But fornicators and adulterers, Yahweh will judge. Okay? So, if Jake women's are jumping around, right? Getting your back blown out, doing double monkey flips and all that kind of stuff. And you think that you are equal rights, right, like men, they pull a fast one over you, School, the 501c church, and also your mom, okay? If your dad is doing the work of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, and he's telling you you're going about the wrong way, you want to take it seriously. Things are getting bad right out there, 2021, it's getting real bad now, okay? I'm going to talk about it a little bit as I go down, because I want to make this lesson short tonight. So let me finish with the marriage issue. I'm going to move on to Exodus 22. Exodus 22. That will be verse 16. Verse 16 says, if a man entice a virgin who is not betrothed, and lies with her, he shall surely pay the bride price for her to be his wife. You know? I know fathers, that I have talked with in the past who had daughters, and they share with me, and then it happened to me, when my oldest daughter wanted to, at the age of 14 already go out with guys. And I wanted to be teaching the scripture. You got to learn this first. I'm still, at that time, okay, I was still learning it. All right? Imagine a 14-year-old, girl, daddy's baby, right? I turned into Hawk right away, right? I saw muscles I never seen in my life pop out, okay? But anyway, it's very important for you to learn your identity first. If you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going to go, what you're supposed to be doing, right? Everything in life was created in order. But in this world system of the Edomite, so-called Caucasians, right? Bastards, they have put so much confusion, right? That our women think they're men, right? Some of them even say, I don't need a husband, I don't need no one, right? But what they're confused about, that a daughter is owned by the father, and when she gets married, she is owned by the man. If it's not that way, then she's owned by who? By the Edomite government. And right now, the Edomite government today, who have committed treason all over the world, okay, are forcing, or are going to force everyone to see who's going to bow down to them, right, as their God and their father. That's right, I'm talking to my daughters also out there, right? If you don't want to listen to Papi and come back to Papi, well, then you're going to have to bow down to them, okay? And you're not going to like when you bow down with them, all right? There's consequences for that. So I'm going to move on to Sirach 25, verse 1. Yep, you think you own yourself and you're living a fantasy. And you ex-wives too. Because you've been passing it to that little, what they call that, fantasy land. So, okay, let me concentrate when I'm looking here. Okay, now I know where I'm at. Here we go. 25, verse 1. In three things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful, both before Yahweh and men. The unite of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. Yeah. You want to make sure that the man you're going to get involved with, that you're going to have more agreeable things together. Now, since you are a Israelite, you want to come back to Scripture. While the unicorn, right, the YouTubes are still on, it won't be for long. So you want to, take notes, learn as much as you can, right? Go out to camps, right? Test their spirit, right? Get to know them. Because the Edomites have no intention, all right, of saving you. They can't. It's impossible. The only ones that can save you are the Israelites. Okay? Not these Caucasian bastards. Or that so-called Jesus with blue eyes, long hair, and high heels. Okay? I'm going to go to Sirach chapter 6. Oh, I have to go back here, Sirach. Chapter 6. chapter 6 says, verse 7, if thou would get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. That goes both for men and women, okay? But, and nowadays, Jakes, right? Even Israelites, we have to be careful today, Not so much me, I'm already a man of age, But you younger guys, you have to be more careful than ever before, because now, with the way that things are going, 2021, right? With this jab and then the mark of the beast, right? Evictions. Women are getting more desperate since they don't have the word, right? Or they don't care about it. That's the majority, right? That they're going to be trying to, deceive you guys, right? You know what I mean. When I have sex, right? They want to pick at least 4, 5, or 6 guys, even maybe more, get pregnant every year with a different guy, right? And then collect child support. Because it brings money to the Edomites, right? As long as they eat, hey, they don't care what happens to you or to us. Okay, so keep that in mind, brothers. Sirach 40, chapter 40, verse 23. Oh. So I passed, okay, right here. 23, 40, where are you? 23. Give me a minute. Verse 23 says, a friend and a companion never meets amiss. Quite right, but above is a wife with her husband. Okay? If she's not going to be able to, be a friend, right? Watch your back, right? Show that that she wants to learn from you. Okay? Not from other guys. They're not in the word to begin with. And any other guy who's in the word, she still has to learn from the husband. Right? So you want to keep that in mind, women. Matthew 19, 5. Matthew. Because I'm going to show you how serious this is going to get. 19. I'm getting close. Right here. Verse 5. And this is in red letter. This is Yahweh Shai talking. And said, for this reason a man shall leave his father and mother, and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. That's very important for you to remember that in Matthew and in another verse I'm going to bring up, it has to do with sex. Right? I couldn't find it. I'm going to still work on it, see if I can find it, but they've already done studies. Okay? It's already documented when they did an autopsy on a woman where they found semen of different men in her. Of years. Okay? If it was in the peace leaf, right? They found it there. If she was doing, those famous 7 blows of the dragon, they found it in the brain. Okay? So that's a lot of, if she's with a lot of men, that's a lot of personalities in her. Something to think about, okay? You Jake women and daughters. Isaac 4:1. Isaac 4:1. Isaac 4:1. Here we go. Chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own food, wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by your name, to take away our reproach. It's going to get bad out there. Okay? And if you think that the Edomites, okay, who cannot never be forgiven, all right, you got to start realizing that when they are talking about that they're going to help you with the best of the best science, right? Or that you can vote to different, positions of government. This is all crap, bullshit lies, all right? They are living in stolen land. They committed treason and blasphemy, right? You got to remember that, okay? And when you in the 60s, when you go to a court or military, they put the Bible in the hand and all that. It's all fake, right? They have a 501c3 church pretending that they do worship when they worshiping, their own kind, right? Jesus, which is Caesar Borgia, right? They're all going to deceive you. That's all they're going to do. All right? I'm going to move now to prove to you in I think it's in Genesis 24, that it is sex. Right? Because remember, Edomite government was not here first. Right? It was Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai, Adam and Eve, Abraham, so forth and so on. So I'm talking, I gotta concentrate here. Where's my Genesis? Here we go, Genesis. Okay. I said Genesis 24, and I'll go like this, 24. Verse 67. Verse 67. Okay, 67. Verse 67 says, Then Isaac brought her into his mother's Sarah's tent, and he took her, Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. Yeah, became, see, he took her into the tent, right? And they had sex, right? When your dad, for those of you who are living on your own, right, independent, right, 19 years old and up, when your dad calls you, Jake, daughters, make sure that you give him the full attention. No excuse about I gotta walk my dog or I gotta go somewhere right now, because you do not want to, okay, push your dad away when he's the one that can save you, because he's doing scripture, right? He's going on the highways and byways, giving his life as a living sacrifice. Okay? You want to find the strength to remove that mentality that Edomite taught you. Okay? And if you have a Edomite husband, he can't save you. He can't help you. Okay? His demons will come out eventually. You will see the snake in him. Okay? He can't die for you either. All right? Now I want to get into, Slakia. 1 Timothy. Let me go to 1 Timothy. For some reason, that Spirit had me write that down. And then we can move. 1 Timothy what? Chapter 2, verse 15. 1 Timothy. No, I got 2 Timothy. Slakia. 1 Timothy chapter 2. I got it. Verse 15. Look at this. Who kills both Yahweh Shah and their own prophet? Is that the one I was looking for? Their own prophet, and have prosecuted us, and they do not please Yahweh, and are contrary to all men. Okay? So, you don't want to, turn your back, or keep turning your back. if you have a brother or a father who is doing the will of Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai, you Jake women. You want to start going out there, okay? Socializing and also learning in the unicorn, okay? Now, I'm going to put that to the side because I only did the lesson short. I'll be writing it down when I'm about to tell you. There's a YouTube called She Said Black needs to take the jab first. Okay? Now that's going to be a real shocker to a lot of you because it's going to be proof of professional people in the field that work in a particular area, okay? In particular area, Sakria. And one of them, his job is to keep track, okay, of terrorists. We've been infiltrated, okay? The government is not the government no more. And you're going to hear about it from doctors and the specialists of what he's going to say his field is. So you're going to see proof on that. And then, of course, you want to look into this Agenda 21. I'm going to write it down, okay? So you can get an idea how it's not only one thing. It's a lot of things that they are already now set and ready that they're throwing at us, okay? You don't want to forget also about the nurse Tiffany Duver, right? She might, come back after the nano technology if they work properly in her body, right? If her body accepts it, then they say, look, she was going through some treatments and that's how come, they can make stories, okay? And then I'm going to put down a website called Plandemicseries.com. You want to look into that, okay? Maybe that will wake you up and see how serious it is. A lot of you 19, I think it is, 19 or 18 years old, are going to college, right? You Jake girls living in dorms. Not good. You got to get out. You got to get out. Okay? I mean, you can do home school study on that. They say no. When you look at this, it's not what they say. Okay? Stop trusting them. I hope that was edifying, and with that I'll say, Shalom.